Hello everyone, this is Dave from TZR, and you just hit your
checkpoint
for the week of February 25th, 2017. Stand by for last week's gaming news right now. First up, and this week's episode should just be called Checkpoint Direct because of all of the Nintendo news. Over the past week, the internet has been ablaze with Nintendo Switch leaks, unboxings, spec sheets, and teardowns. This avalanche of unofficial information and videos all stemmed from Yoyaf user Hip Hop Robot, who was allegedly sold a Switch console early by a third party. The console, packaging, and interface all seemed to be legitimate, but Hip Hop Robot's method of obtaining them apparently was not. It appeared that the console that he had purchased was stolen, later confirmed by Nintendo in the statement to IGN. The statement reads, quote, "Earlier this week, individuals claimed to prematurely purchase a small number of Nintendo Switch systems from an unspecified retailer. Nintendo has determined these units were stolen in an isolated incident by employees of a US distributor, with one system being illegally resold. The individuals involved have been identified, terminated from their place of employment, and are under investigation by local law enforcement authorities on criminal charges." End quote. As the debacle progressed, Hip Hop Robot was then asked by Nintendo, working through a third party, to return the console immediately. Did anyone not see that coming? I mean, I'm just surprised Nintendo didn't try to jail Hip Hop Robot. Alright, moving on. Next up, Nintendo has just aired a brand new trailer for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in Japan for only 24 hours, and fans seem to be less than pleased. And this is not due to anything with the game itself or that the commercial was a Japan exclusive, but instead because of the massive, well, not really, but massive according to the fan base, spoilers revealed in the trailer. After Nintendo's tweet yesterday, fans responded bitterly, claiming that Nintendo had spoiled parts of the game. Our managing director Justin Chow and myself checked out the trailer, and we didn't see anything really worth getting mad about. Relax, people. Next up, more Switch news. Nintendo has announced that the Virtual Console service will not be available on the Nintendo Switch at launch. Yes, Nintendo is going to hold off on the Virtual Console in favor of pushing Zelda, 1-2 Switch, and Super Bomberman R. While it is disappointing, this is pretty normal. Xbox One got backwards compatibility in 2015, almost 2 years after the console's launch. Sony has been steadily adding a few PS2 games on the PS Store, but there still aren't a lot, and PS Now isn't as widely used as Sony would want. Simply put, Nintendo gets the mulligan for this one. Next up, Axiom Verge is going physical. Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition is a special physical release of 2015's highly acclaimed 2D action exploration game, releasing in Q2 of 2017 for PS4, Vita, and Wii U. Along with a copy of the game, the package includes a double-sided poster, a making-of documentary DVD, an art book that includes developer commentary, which will retail for $29.99 USD. For those that are unfamiliar, Axiom Verge is a Metroid-inspired action-adventure game that has players control a scientist named Trace, who fails a lab experiment and finds himself stuck on an alien planet Sudra. For anyone who was holding out for a hard copy of this game, this year is the year. So, is For Honor any good? Well, after one beta weekend, I can't exactly give it a glowing recommendation, but our resident For Honor fan, Alex Schock, is here to give you his take on the game in this week's episode of the TZR podcast. The link is in the description. Now on to two pieces for your reading pleasure on thezeroreview.com right now. Number 1, Frank has a review of World of Darkness Preludes, Vampire and Mage for PC and mobile platforms. World of Darkness Preludes is a bundle of 2 visual novels, Vampire the Masquerade, We Eat Blood and All of Our Friends Are Dead, and Mage, The Ascension Refuge. Are these stories worth telling? Check out Frank's review. Number 2, so this week I spotted an article on N4G titled, "Why Does Mass Effect Andromeda's Female Characters Look So Ugly? BioWare SJW Design 101. And it was the top story of the day. Take 2 guesses as to what this article was about. In response to this, I wrote an article talking about how asinine this entire discussion is, and how some people's standards might be a bit too based in fantasy. Okay, so that about wraps it up for this week. If you like this video, then please give us a like, and subscribe to see more content from the TZR team. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.